Well, good morning, grade 3 and 4. How's it going today? First of all, we're going to go through some of our math items. It's not necessarily that I'm going to go through them with you, but you might want to have your math binder just to take a look at the pages. You'll have the one answer sheet page, which I wrote investigation 10 over the top. And then I'm pretty sure that I gave you a worksheet page, lesson activity 47. So that should have been right after that. And I believe you have that in your binder as well. That's the thing that you'd want to look at for that, okay? And then remember, you'll be calling each other. You each have a partner to call and work together on that over the phone. Hopefully that'll be a little bit interesting and exciting. And just take turns going back and forth. I'll explain that in just a moment, okay? This week you're going to be starting your work on animal homes. Now we'll be using those spelling words both this week and next week. Remember, we have 2 short weeks here. So you'll take a pre-test on those words on Spelling City on Tuesday, and then you'll wait until the following Thursday, which will be April 16th. And it's written on your calendar of when I want you to do the regular test on that. One new thing that you do have is a packet, your spelling packet. And this is especially for my 4th graders, but I'm having my 3rd graders do it too, to be able to practice your cursive. So every page that you do there is to be done in cursive. And if you just think about doing 1 page a day, it'd be like doing a page a day in your handwriting, okay? And so do any of the writing that you see in that packet in cursive on the front page. So if you do your front page today, which you should, you'll notice that I have the words printed there in cursive underneath the printed one, okay? And so you just copy them down in cursive. I do expect you to do your letters the right way and take your time, do good printing or good cursive writing there. Alrighty. You'll notice on the top it tells you how many days you have to do it. For example, this first packet, you have all the way through April 17th before you have to turn it in to me. Okay, so you've got lots of time to work on that. Alrighty, don't rush. I'd rather have you not do more than a page a day. For Wisconsin history, you're going to be starting the page about statehood. So that's the one that you'll be working on for today. There is a booklet to make on the back, and I would like you to eventually make it, but do not make it until after you have taken your test, because as you cut it out, you will destroy and put in your booklet parts from the other side about what is Wisconsin's most recognized symbol. What do you think? And also about the American robin. So make sure you don't make it until after I've given you the thumbs up that your test is good to go. And as you're reading, please highlight, underline, like we would in class, the points that are important, especially things that go along with your crossword puzzle, things about people, places, those types of things. Be a critical thinker and a critical reader, all right? Think about what you're supposed to be thinking about here so that you do well on your tests. And take the time when you're doing your tests to read carefully those questions and find your answers in your paper, okay? The next thing, and that will be due on Wednesday, okay? The reading and doing everything except for the booklet. We won't do the booklet till next week. On DT3, make sure as you're reading those epic books that then you take an AR test on them. Some of you are forgetting to do that. So read the book, take the AR test right away, all right? Then it's fresh in your mind and you won't make errors that way as well. And then I want to talk to you a little bit about our nursing home letters. And that's a new project that we're starting. I think I spoke to each of either you or your parents in person when you picked up your things for this week. If you find the little yellow example letter, and remember, this is an activity that we'll be doing for the next 3 weeks here. Each week you'll write 4 letters, and it also explains it on the back of your calendar. At the end of the week, you put all 4 letters in one envelope. So you have 3 packets, okay? Tri-fold them, put them in the envelope, take off the little piece so that the envelope will stick. Pop it in your mailbox and the postman will pick it up, or post person, and get it mailed for you to whichever nursing home you have for this week. Okay, so it's 1 set of 4, 1 envelope each week. If you have any questions on that, look at the back of your calendar for a few more directions, or give me a call or send me a message as well. And that is one that I want you to also take a picture of and send to me. I will be grading it. I'll be grading it for doing proper letter form, for having the date on it correctly, for capitalization, the correct punctuation like end marks and commas and so on and so forth. So do a careful job on that. If you have questions, look at my example, but also give me a call. And that's as far as I'm going to go on that part. Let's go back to probability. I'm going to switch to my other screen here and talk about math. Okay. All right. So you have some questions to answer in your investigation lesson prior to this activity, but I really wanted to talk about this. And probability just talks about what's the likelihood of something happening. Okay. And so you're going to do this activity, first of all, with one dot cube or one die, okay? And we know that on our dot cube, we have a possible outcome of rolling a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, or a 6. Now, looking at all of the questions that you had this far in your lesson or in your investigation up to this point, it talked a lot about, how many chances you have of each thing. So you might want to be thinking you're going to be rolling the dice between the two of you a total of 36 times. All right, so that means one person is doing 18, the other person 18. So before you do any rolling, you want to make a prediction. Well, let's be sensible here. Is it an equal possibility that you could roll a 1 as much as a 2, as much as a 3, as much as a 4, as much as a 5, as much as a 6? Yes. Why? Because there's one of each. So what do you think would be a sensible prediction? If you have 36 rolls and 6 possible outcomes. So make that prediction. It would make sense knowing that you're going to roll 36 times and that there are 6 possibilities that each of these, if everything was perfect, would be rolled 6 times, right? 6 chances for a 1, 6 for a 2, 6 for a 3, 6 for a 4, 6 for a 5, 6 for a 6. Make that prediction for each of those numbers. Now, maybe you think, when I roll my dice, I almost always come up with a 1 or a 6. Some people are like that. They feel like they get some numbers more often than others. You certainly can make whatever prediction you want here. However, your total of prediction numbers should not be greater than 36. Okay, so whatever you guess here for each one, you should be able to add them together, and that total should equal 36. All right, so then you're going to do your tally marks. So you'll actually take a turn. So whoever's first will roll. Both of you will mark a tally mark in the row for number 3. The next person rolls and they say, oh, I got a 4. And so you both put a tally mark in the row for number 4. Okay? And then when you're finished, you'll see what was your total frequency. How many total times out of 36 did you get a 1? How many times did you get a 2? So on and so forth all the way down. Now this also, and your tally marks will come up to 36 as well. Then look at how did your actual frequency compare to your prediction? Were they spot on, or was it a little bit different? Talk about it and answer the questions that go along with it in your book. Then you'll do that same type of thing, but using 2 dice. 2 dice. Again, you'll do 36 rolls, and what they mean by 36, that's one roll, doing both of them together. Now with this one, it is true, you'll make your predictions again before you do your actual rolls, and your total number of predictions should only equal what? 36. 36 total there. However, look at your possibilities. Are there any numbers that it is more likely for you to roll than another? You and your partner talk about that, and as you're making your predictions, take that into consideration. And then once you have your predictions written down, then you'll do your tally marks again. So maybe the next, whoever went first last time will go second. So one person goes first. All right, I got an 8. So both of you go to the row with an 8 and mark a tally mark in the column with or excuse me, in the row with the 8. The next person takes a turn rolling the dice and they say, oh, I got a 5. And so then you look at both making a tally mark at the 5. Do that a total of 36 times between the two of you, so 18 times each going back and forth. Make sure you have that many, and then look at what was your total frequency. How did it compare to your actual predictions? And then answer the questions that you have on your in your book as well. And so then for this one, I need a picture of this page. So send me a picture of the lesson activity. If for some reason I did not make a copy of this for you, my apologies. You will have to make yourself a little chart, okay, to do this. But that's not too hard. Just take a sheet of notebook paper, make yourself a chart. If I didn't, but I'm quite sure I did, all right? And then I will also need a copy of the picture that you take for both sides of your investigation, okay? So that's what I need for today for math. I'm going to go through the American Heritage. Just going to cut back to me here. Hello. Just so this video doesn't get too long, I'm going to stop this one and then get my materials together. And that will be for the American Heritage one, and then also talking about your writing for your reading response essay. Okay? So I'll see you in a little bit.